here.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite nerd who better not let me catch you following me begging for help because you won't get its favorite nerd. And today we are looking at the SH Figuarts C-3PO and R2-D2. They weren't sold together, but I figured we'd just take a look at them together because I don't think either one of them really merit its own review. So let's just go one at a time. So 3PO comes with four hands. They're all styled the same in the sense of the figure, which we'll talk about when we get to the figure. And then they're all very subtly different. Now, there's one that's like a curved, relaxed hand, left and right, and we can get those out of the way. And then there's one that's meant to hold his communicator, which is white plastic with a black stripe painted on it. And there it is. I don't know why they wouldn't have just molded a hand holding this and been done with it. It's such a little piece. It's such a dainty little thing. I feel like that was a bit of an oversight. He also comes with an extra face, which you can just pull out and put this one on. And the reason for this is mainly for this dent here, if you want the dent in his head. The other one doesn't have it. We'll talk about the detailings real quick on this figure, because after that, there's not much left to talk about. You know, it's really kind of the same, all in the same place. So there's a heavy translucent over top of metallic gold behind the eyes. Unfortunately, it doesn't get you the glow effect because maybe the translucent is too dense, or maybe the metallic isn't bright enough, but either way it still gives you that dead look. It's not the worst thing in the world, and I've seen worse, but it's not the best thing either. It has a gold paint, like a metallic paint. It's like a dull chrome almost, but it's not like a shiny chrome. But it is an interesting choice, and I do think that it looks good. It doesn't look as bright and shiny as the Mafex one, which looks more like his like ceremonial, you know, like armor, but or so to speak. This looks like the one he was wearing day to day, but yet it's not quite dirty enough for the day to day either. So it's like in this odd space between the two. Really kind of interesting. It's not bad. It's better than, you know, the Hasbro metallic color, but I'm not sure I like it better than the Mafex. Articulation wise, it's very limited. I think it's a ball peg. It might even be a double from the head into the neck. But let me see if I can't take this off. Take a look at it. Also, there's something shaking around in mine. Okay, so it's like a Figma joint. So it's a peg going up into here, and then a peg going down into the neck, and then the neck itself is on a ball peg as well, and then there's a hinge here. Unfortunately, the sculpt doesn't let you get much out of it, but 3PO isn't really a character that moves around a whole lot anyway. So you're pretty much limited to down to there, up to there, and then the swivel. So not the best, but sculpt wise, it's beautiful. It's on the money. We have a double ball peg from the chest into the abdomen, and then a single from the abdomen into the pelvis, and then this has all of those wires. They're all sculpted and painted. It looks good. And then you swivel at both joints as well. You can get a little sassy. You can lean back. You can lean forward. So that all works quite well. All right, so the arms, they basically did the same as Mafex. So they swivel, don't they? Yes, they swivel here, and then it's like a ball peg, or it's like a ball hinge coming out to a peg for the forearm. That gets you up to there if you swivel it, otherwise to there, and then a swivel, like a bicep swivel. And now you have an elbow. It's a single hinge. What's nice is as you extend it, this piece on the bicep kind of slides into this piece on the elbow and looks pretty cool. It does bend it a bit though, so you want to be careful. This is a thinner piece of plastic. This gold here, it sits deep in this cavity here, so to speak. Unlike the Mafex one, which had a tendency to pop out, that won't do this. So that's a nice touch. And then you can get to about 90 degrees and then all the way out to about there. So that's cool. The hands, we can look at the joint real quick. It's a ball hinge. So you should be able to get up, down, in, out because it swivels at both sides, and then the hands just peg in, and we have black paint and gold paint applied, as well as the tight silver paint done on the other side, and then the same gold detailings that we've seen throughout. The pelvis is just a piece on top, and then we have like an old school kind of Figuarts joint. They use this from time to time. It's like their version of a universal joint, which gets you out to there, which I think is fine for the character, and up to there, which I think is more than enough. So no complaints. And then this piece swivels around. Is it a ball peg? Feels like a ball peg. But it'll get the job done. Sculpt wise, it's good. Finish wise, it's good. The knee is a single bend, basically done the same that everyone has done it, with the middle piece staying stationary and then the outer piece is rotating around it. One is silver, one is gold. Neither look super clean per se, neither look super dirty. Get you 90 degrees. And then for the ankle, you have a tilt up on a ball peg, a tilt down on a ball peg, and then the rocker. The rocker is actually pretty well done because of the sculpt that gives you the playability and the room to kind of get that angle. Now it has this cover down ankle piece on both sides. That'll be the shaking noise that you hear. I'm just noticing it now, really. And otherwise, yeah, there he is from the back. The sculpt and everything looks great. The finish is kind of going to be one of those things where it's up to you and your sensibilities as to how you feel about it. I like it. I don't think it's necessarily great. I think that it is definitely good. Like I said, it's just walking this weird middle line where it's not quite dirty enough to be like the dirty 3PO, and it's not quite clean enough to be the clean 3PO. So it is like this weird kind of go-between. And now on to R2, who is pretty amazing. He comes with these two pieces here. They have this silver finish on them. They're for an option here if you'd like. You can take off these side plates and then put these on. And then he has this kind of look. What's going on here? Like that? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know exactly what that is. I'm not recalling it. Maybe it's a specific look or something. We can put the other one on. You know, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I don't profess to know everything. There's too many people on the internet for me to add to that category. So I just I'm not entirely sure. And this one, there we go. So we'll set those to the side. We'll kind of go through all the gimmicks, which this guy has a lot of. And I, for one, think that most of them, if not all of them, are pretty awesome. All right, so there we go. He's on there. Let's go through some of the gimmicks. So he has this light here. I hope you can see that. It's like a red light. And if you press this button, it changes the color to like a blue and a red and blue and a silver. So that's pretty cool. And then on the back, if you press this one, it changes that light color, and I keep that one usually a green. Pretty awesome. And then this whole piece spins, and then underneath you can see the mechanism and how it works. So that's pretty cool. Silver finish, blue metallic paint on there. Looks tremendous. All this stuff. Actually, these all swivel, I think. Where is it? Yeah, this one swivels back here. This one swivels over here. So, nice little things. Moving down, this has like a panel line wash on it, it looks like. It looks really good. All the metallic blue is painted on. The silver is painted on throughout. It looks really sharp. And then we have all of these compartments which will open up. So you can open up this here. And it actually, these pieces, as you, I don't know if you can see those little white tabs in there, as you open up the door, it pushes these forward. So as you close it, you kind of have to close this and push that in at the same time. But you get this little tool here, and then this one here, and then you can open up these bits here. And let's see if I can't get this one. This one's a little trickier for me. There, and then he has like all of his little gadgets out and stuff, which is pretty awesome. I dig that a lot. Articulation wise, you have a swivel here. I guess this will keep this from coming down, maybe? I don't know. You have a swivel here, and if you take those off, let me see if I can't. There, we'll get this out of the way for just a second. This is spring loaded, so you can bring this foot down, then you have a bit of an ankle tilt here. And then you have the blue metallic paint and silver paint, and then the wash over top. So all pretty cool. We'll bring this down. Okay, so moving down, then the armature swivel both ways. So metallic blue, silver painted there. The wash is applied. Then we have this copper paint on these wirings here, and the silver paint in there, and then the ankles tilt up and down here. So really, all in all, an amazing R2. I don't think these panels open up here in the back, but it is it's spectacular. It's really, really well done. There's a quick comparison. This is the Hasbro R2. This is the Bandai Model Kit R2. This is the SH Figuarts R2. This is the Hasbro 3PO and the SH Figuarts 3PO. I also had the Mafex R2 and the Mafex 3PO, but It's just there. If I move R2, 3PO falls apart. But I gotta be honest with you, I think they're my favorite, like looking. I think they're the best painted and stuff. I'll show you them real quick. I have them in a diorama, but that's what they look like. It's funny how little the Hasbro R2 is. I think that they're both kind of beat the model kit. The model kit, it just, you know, without that paint, it just doesn't look as striking. It was fun to put together, though. I enjoyed it, but I think they all look nice. This one, maybe, I don't know. Seeing them both next to each other, I mean, this isn't a bad offering. You know, I don't know. It's hard to say. But let me show you these Mafex ones because I think that they're still my favorite.
Now, I know they're hard to see, but I just think that the shiny chrome gold and the paint detailings on R2 just look so much more striking.
I'm sorry, I know we want to move on, but I had to comment on this because I'm getting ready to put them away. And it is funny to me how much taller the SH Figuarts is to the Hasbro, and most of the SH Figuarts figures are a bit shorter. Final thoughts wise, I think they're a great set. I hate that they're exclusives. I hate that SH Figuarts does that with exclusives. But let's talk about the negatives here. For R2, I don't really have any negatives. R2 might be perfect. I wish that maybe I could go back a little bit further on the legs, but you're really kind of limited to about there. Like, he's pretty much got to be about there. 3PO, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him yet. The gold, like, it isn't quite, I don't know. It's like I said, I've said it 1,000 times. I feel like a broken record now, but it's not quite dirty enough. It's not quite clean enough. It's like in this awkward middle stage. Just like when you cut your hair too short and it's growing back. I also feel like the eyes look a bit dead. But I hate that these are exclusives because these are main characters and they were Tamashii Nations exclusives, and that means that the price is higher, and I feel like if they were at a cheaper price it'd be a lot easier to swallow. I do feel like they're the best set, but I only say that having not put together the Bandai model kit of 3PO. Now after I do that I might have a difference in opinion, but like, I do feel like they're the best set overall. I feel like the Hasbro 3PO doesn't stand up at all. The R2 is decent. I feel like the Mafex 3PO looks great, but he falls apart if you look at him too hard. So I feel like overall they're the best set, but this is one of those circumstances where I wish I could Frankenstein monster all of the options into kind of a perfect option. So I do recommend it, but not if you already have the Mafex and you're content with it. I don't think it's worth it to switch up. And if you're happy with the Hasbro, then you're happy with the Hasbro, but when it comes to the Hasbro offering versus this, I feel like this 3PO is far superior, and I feel like this R2 is superior-ish. I mean, it's definitely superior, but I'm not sure if it's, you know, whatever this was, $80 superior. You know, the price tag on these exclusives make it a more jagged little pill to swallow, so to speak. But yeah, I know that seems like a more indecisive review, but you know, they're kind of middle of the road figures. You know, the R2 is great, but really all of the R2 offerings are only but so bad. You know, and that's why the greatness of this R2 doesn't really stand out a whole lot. And then in terms of this 3PO, it's kind of, I would have expected a bit better. I guess I'm slightly disappointed, but I think it's good enough. I don't know. I'm in a strange place with it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. All of you viewers that have children know how this is. But if you don't have children, let me explain it to you. Have you ever seen a family photo taken of just a nice family? They're all happy, they look great together, they've been having fun all day. You were lucky enough just to sit in to have a little bit of a picture scene with the whole gang together. The truth of the matter is, behind every family photo is a day worth of horror trying to get the perfect picture. I, for one, am not a fan of trying to get the perfect picture. I believe in just trying to capture all their personalities and let the chips fall where they may. But most women, specifically, like to have all the kids smiling, husbands smiling, etc., etc. And in order to get that picture, it becomes a circus. Now, I had my children dress up as Star Wars characters. They asked to, mind you. It's not like I was like, you're going to be Star Wars. I'm not that guy. And my middle daughter, Selena, asked to be R2-D2, but when she saw the costume, she hated it, and then she didn't want to wear it, and it turned the whole thing into a fiasco. So it was a really bad day for her. And I have a picture of it in my office there, and it's a cute picture, but I know in the back of my head what a nightmare it was, so it's always tainted to me. Long story short, and I know it's already too late, we're going to see how she responds to possibly wearing it again.
Selena? Could you come here for a second?
I have a question I want to ask you. Alright. What do you want to be for Halloween this year?
I'm pretty sure now.
Who do you want to be?
Green Lantern?
You want to be a Green Lantern?
But I'll probably think about it.
Okay. What about R2?
Nope, not today.
Why?
Nope,
You don't want to be R2? Did you like your R2 suit?
nope.
Told you.